Hello, beautiful ladies. I hope you're all doing well this evening. And today is session 3 of our series, Spring into Alignment. And over the last 2 sessions, we've talked about what is trying to grow in your life and how to create it from a place of joy instead of pressure. But there's one more piece that often feels the hardest, and that's actually taking action. It's very, very normal to feel stuck or to overthink, even waiting for the perfect time. And you can even feel overwhelmed before you even start it. Have you ever known what you wanted, but felt overwhelmed trying to figure out how to get there? I know I have. Most overwhelm doesn't come from doing too much. It really comes from trying to do everything at once. And some common patterns that we can face is needing to have an exact plan or wanting some clarity before we even start. A lot of times, too, we'll compare ourselves to others, or we can even think way too far ahead. We can think of step 10 before we've even started step 1. And putting pressure on outcomes. You want something specific, and it has to be that way. When we try to jump from where we are to the final result, it can really cause some huge barriers. But work doesn't always go that way. It happens one step at a time. So aligned action is small steps. It's intentional. And it really is a way of going forward by connecting to how you feel. Does this next step feel right or does it feel wrong? And being really flexible. If something you thought was going to work out doesn't, it doesn't mean you fail. It means you should try something different. And it is very responsive. You're getting feedback the whole time, not it has to be one way. So, really dynamic. I love thinking of it as a river just flowing, just being in the flow and really feeling what's going on and what is your next step. Aligned action feels very manageable and it doesn't drain you before you even begin. Being in alignment as you're creating is such a beautiful experience because you're tapping in to what it is, not thinking about what you should do. And it's just so powerful. So some examples of this is time restraints. If it's something that you really want to do and you're worried about the time, writing for only 10 minutes instead of 2 hours. That writing every day or working on it every day for just 10 minutes feels very manageable instead of, oh my gosh, I've got to do this for this long. Another thing is starting before you feel ready. Oh, that can be so powerful if you felt something come up in you that wants to be created and you just start. You just start before you even know what the outcome might even look like. And really taking a break when you need it, when you need to. That can be really powerful. Just taking those breaks, letting your brain rest, letting your body rest. And it's important to remember that you don't need to build the whole thing. You just need to take the next step. When you create from pressure, you disconnect from yourself. When you create from energy, you stay in alignment. So it's really good to just pay attention and to notice a few things. And one of those things is, when do you feel most energized? Is it when you first wake up? Is it before you go to bed? When is the right time for you to work on this? And when do you feel drained? Do you find yourself having a hard time waking up and you need lots of time to start your day? Or do you feel really drained at night when you've given so much to everybody else and there's nothing left? And what feels natural versus forced? It's interesting, I keep talking about checklists, and I'm not against checklists, or task lists rather. But when you have a task list and you're up against the clock, it can feel very forced. But if it's something that you can just be open with and just really dedicate 10 minutes, 20 minutes of your day to working on this, it just can feel so natural, and so allows so much guidance and a lot of your intuition to come into this. Your energy is a guide. It is your guide, and it is not something to push through. Absolutely. Especially when you're creating from something that's really, really important to you from your heart. So I invite you to think about something right now that feels like it's trying to grow. What is that? I'm just going to throw an example out there. I've had a lot of women um, tell me that they want to write a book, and they just feel this burning desire to write. And it's just such a beautiful way for them to express themselves, and to just, there's just so many different ways of writing. Writing for me is a challenge, so it's not something I would want to create at this time in my life. But a dear friend said she gave herself 20 minutes a day to write, and she ended up writing so much longer than that, and sent me the things that she was writing, and it was so beautiful, just so beautiful. And I could tell by the look on her face how, I want to say the word proud, but it was deeper than that. It was like a part of her soul. And the pressure of feeling that she needed to write for an hour or two really prevented her from doing it. But giving herself the 20 minutes is what helped her open up. And I really admire that she was able to figure that out for herself. It's important to stay grounded as you're doing your creation. And it's not a big plan. You don't need to write a book in a week. Not a full solution. Writing about certain topics, or what you think you should write and something else comes up. It's just one step. One step. Small steps build your momentum. Another great barrier is perfection. Ooh, it's got to be perfect. And perfection is one of the biggest reasons why we stay stuck. Oh, it's got to be perfect. Waiting until it feels right. Right? I can't, it won't be perfect unless it's the right time. or needing everything figured out, if I don't have every step mapped out, it won't be perfect. Or fear of doing it wrong. There's so much beauty that comes from doing something wrong or what you think is wrong, because it can lead to so much more creativity if you do it different than what you initially thought. An aligned action is often imperfect, but it's real and it moves you forward. And it's an adventure. It's beautiful what comes up when you are in alignment, creating. So I invite you, I have some journal prompts. I'm going to put them in the chat. What feels like it's ready for action in your life? What is one, only one, small step that you can take? Not 10, not 20, only one small step. Where are you overcomplicating things? And last, what would it look like to keep this simple? And I invite you in the next week to really set aside some time for you. If you really want to create something, set aside some time and really journal about those prompts. See what barriers you can find. See what it is that you want to create. This time of year is just such a beautiful time for creation. The spring season. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about allowing growth to happen naturally. And it's just beautiful to see what beautiful flowers you can grow when you just naturally let it happen. So, in this three-part series, the first session we talked about awareness of what it is that you want to create, what is asking to be created. And in the second session, we talked about joy of creation, that it can actually be a beautiful, joyful, pleasant experience. And tonight, session 3, we talked about the action and the one thing that you can do. When you combine all 3 of these, things really begin to shift in a sustainable way. And sustainability is what we want, right? We don't want to waste our time. We don't want to procrastinate our time. But having all 3 of those is a beautiful guide to help you with your creation. So, some great affirmations that fit with this tonight is, I don't have to rush. I can move at my own pace. I trust my next step. And I love these affirmations. I think for me, personally, I've had opportunities to do a lot of creation in my work life, my personal life, my holistic business. And I find when I just sit with it, I'm able to really navigate the ways of doing it, what I want it to look like. Um, I can even see maybe certain things that wouldn't work or things I don't want to create. And just giving myself space really opens up beautiful experiences. And sometimes I'll have timelines, but I've made changes to those timelines if things come up or life gets in the way. And it feels like I'm giving permission to myself to do it in alignment. And that feels so good. It just feels so good. So, your homework tonight, or when you watch this, is to answer the question, what is one small step that you are ready to take this week? And I invite you to post it in the comments. Share with us what it is that you're going to do this week. Um, I have next weekend, Friday, May 1st, I have a women's circle here in South Jordan. If this is something you'd like to attend, message me, let me know. I also have a meetup group that you can sign up for if you'd like to. And Saturday, May 2nd, my husband and I do a shamanic breathwork class. That's at 2 o'clock here in South Jordan. So if either of those interest you or you're curious about it, message me. Let me know what questions you have or if you'd like to come. It's very powerful work, very healing work. So I hope you're all excited for the rest of this week, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next Wednesday. It's not too late to join our 30 minutes of movement challenge here in April. We are going to have prizes for that challenge, and you participate by commenting in this Facebook group on what movement you did. And so I love seeing the comments. I love the pictures. So thank you for sending the pictures. It almost makes it better to see what you're doing. So thank you so much for participating, and take care, beautiful ladies. And I'll talk to you soon.